The story begins with a major development in the world of cybercrime, one that directly involves one of the biggest stars on the planet, BTS's Jungkook. On May 13th, Korean Standard Time, authorities successfully extradited a Chinese national, identified only as A, from Bangkok, Thailand to South Korea. This man, in his 30s, is accused of being the mastermind behind a massive international cybercrime syndicate. His extradition marks the culmination of a complex international investigation that spanned several countries and targeted the wealthy elite of Korea. The arrival of A in Korea was facilitated by the Ministry of Justice, working in cooperation with the National Police Agency, signaling the serious nature of the crimes he is accused of orchestrating. To understand the gravity of this situation, we need to look at the timeline of events and how this syndicate operated. The crime ring did not just appear overnight. Reports indicate that the group was active between August 2023 and April 2025. During this period, they executed a sophisticated plan to target high-net-worth individuals. Their method was not simple hacking. It was a comprehensive infiltration of private and government databases. The syndicate managed to hack into government servers, private information systems, and public data to extract the personal details of their victims. This was not a random attack. They had a specific list of targets. The group targeted a total of 16 individuals. These victims were chosen because of their substantial wealth and assets. Among the 16 names on the list were the chairman of a major conglomerate and BTS's Jungkook. The inclusion of a top idol alongside a major business chairman highlights the immense financial scale of the K-pop industry and how top artists are viewed by criminals not just as celebrities but as high-value financial targets. The syndicate's goal was clear: to access the financial accounts of these individuals and steal their assets. The way they carried out the theft was highly technical and organized. Once they had stolen the personal data of their targets, they used this information to open mobile phone accounts under the victims' names. By having control over a mobile phone account linked to a victim, they could bypass security measures for bank accounts and cryptocurrency wallets. They effectively used these new mobile accounts to breach the financial security of the 16 targets. Through this method, the group managed to embezzle a staggering amount of money. In total, they stole approximately 38 billion rubles, which is about 25.5 million USD. A significant portion of this criminal activity was focused on Jungkook. The reports specify that the crime ring targeted Jungkook's HYBE shares. The value of the shares they attempted to steal was 8.40 billion, which is approximately 5.63 million USDs. This was a direct attempt to liquidate his stock holdings in his own agency. However, the theft was not entirely successful in the end. The agency representing Jungkook acted quickly. As soon as the breach was detected, they took immediate legal and financial steps to freeze the assets. Because of this rapid response, the transaction was halted and Jungkook did not suffer any actual financial loss from the attempted theft of his shares. The investigation into this syndicate had been ongoing for quite some time before the mastermind's extradition. The Cyber Investigation Division of the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency had already made significant progress in dismantling the network. Back in August of the previous year, the police apprehended 2 other ringleaders of the operation. Along with these 2 leaders, they also arrested 16 members of the syndicate who were operating both within Korea and abroad. These arrests were crucial in piecing together the full scope of the operation and identifying the location of the mastermind, A, who was residing in Thailand at the time. The extradition of A is a vital part of this case because it brings the alleged leader of the entire operation to face justice in Korea. Prior to A's arrival, an accomplice identified as B had already been extradited to Korea and indicted in August of the previous year. The cooperation between Thai and Korean authorities was essential in capturing these individuals. The fact that the mastermind was hiding in Bangkok but was still brought back to Korea demonstrates the extent of the international cooperation involved in tackling this form of cybercrime. The details of the indictment reveal just how sophisticated the operation was. The syndicate did not just rely on hacking skills. They used the stolen identities to manipulate the financial system. By opening mobile accounts, they created a layer of legitimacy that allowed them to move money around without raising immediate alarms. This method of using mobile accounts to breach bank security is a growing concern in the cybersecurity world, and this case serves as a prime example of how dangerous it can be when personal data is compromised on a large scale. For the public and fans, the news serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities that exist even for the most protected individuals. The idea that a global superstar's shares could be targeted in such a brazen manner is alarming. However, However, the swift action by the agency to freeze the assets shows the importance of having robust monitoring systems in place. While the criminals managed to breach data privacy, the financial safeguards work to prevent the final loss of funds. The legal proceedings against A and the other members will now take place in Korea. The authorities have secured the evidence from the arrests made last year and the data retrieved from the hacking operations. The charges they face are severe, involving embezzlement, violation of the Act on the Protection of Information and Communications Infrastructure, and organized crime. The scale of the theft, totaling over 25 million USD, ensures that this will be a closely watched case in the Korean judicial system. This entire incident sheds light on the darker side of digital wealth. As more assets become digital, from stocks to cryptocurrency, the methods used by criminals to steal them become more advanced. The syndicate targeted these specific individuals because their wealth was accessible through digital means. The fact that they were able to hack into government and private databases to get the necessary information to open bank and mobile accounts raises serious questions about data security for high-profile figures. The story concludes with the mastermind finally in custody in Korea. The syndicate that operated globally, stealing millions from wealthy individuals including Jungkook, has been effectively dismantled. The extradition of A closes the loop on the manhunt that involved international cooperation across borders. While the financial loss for Jungkook was prevented, the incident remains a significant event in the history of cybercrime targeting celebrities, highlighting the constant battle between data security and organized crime.